make it the best task at the end of the day before the cocktails. So I know you're all eager and ready for the cocktails, so I'll make it short and sweet for you. I just want to go through and let you understand that Africa is a very big focus for us. Can't you hear it? You can hear it? Yeah? Africa is a very big focus for us, and hence why on the dewatering side, with all the opportunities that are here, we want to capture that as much as we can. So what I want to do is go through a little bit of a background of the business unit and actually what it brings to dewatering, because dewatering is a fast-paced game that we're in. Because when it rains, you need a pump, and you need it fast, and you need to know what you're doing. It's bringing two well-known brands, global brands together. You're bringing the Flygt, which is robust, proven, and is a global leader. Right? We all know the Flygt, especially on the dewatering products. And also added to that now, because obviously that's the submersible range, we now have the Godwin, which is the surface-mounted automatic self-priming. And Godwin is also a leader in its field, and a market leader, synonymous with its quality, with its reliability, and everything that's complemented those two products together. So what do? We provide market-leading products. In the business unit team, the dewatering team globally, we have over 250 years worth of experience, which obviously we want to pass to you guys. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that you don't know what you're doing, guys, but a little bit of extra help can always go down nicely. We're here to develop all the new products, so you know, whatever you guys need in dewatering, let me know. We'll start to build it, we'll start to look at it and make sure that we're always a step ahead of the competition for you guys. Because at the end of the day, it's the customers and the distributors that are actually going to make the difference on moving our product forward. So, selecting the right pump for the job. I think this is going to go down very well. So what do we look at dewatering? We have four major things that we look at. We have drainage water with solids up to 10%. Sludge water, slurry water, and corrosive water. So, those are the four main things that we look at dewatering. Now we have to look at how we're going to pump it, head, flow, distance, time, everything that goes with it. So, what are we going to do and what products can we offer? On the Flygt side, yeah, that's a pointer. We have obviously the drainage products here. You're all familiar with the 2400 90 kilowatt, 2600, 2800 drainage, sludge, slurry water, and then obviously the 2700s stainless steel for the corrosive water. So basically on a submersible application we can cover any of those four major types of water. Obviously there's also all sorts of variants, but these are the major ones that we look at. We build products according to those and every variant in between. So what do we have on Godwin? We do the same. We have the drainage water for the VacPrime, which obviously you've all seen outside. Yes? Yes? Yeah, cool. Hydraulic submersibles, and obviously we've got all the big units, and we go everything from cast iron to duplex, CD4MU. So we can handle pretty much everything that you throw at us. So what's holding you back? So now here we are, we're launching officially in Africa the new 2800. The BIBO. Who remembers the old BIBO?
Everyone does.
Come on, put up your hands, guys. At least, you know, participate in this, yeah? Not use Island boys, yeah? Why did we bring this back? Because if you look at the factory production in Sweden, you've got, out of all the 2,000 products, 60% that goes through the factory is on dewatering, which equates to well over $100 million US a year. So we need to claw back more market share from our competition, and what better way to do it than introduce the BIBO from the ground up. So just let it run. What we want to do is give you a pump that you can put in the ground, leave it there, and it's going to pump, and there's nothing going to go wrong with it. That's the whole point of dewatering. You don't want to be babysitting pumps. So we've redesigned this pump from the ground up. Okay? It's not the old design that we've modified a few bits to put in. So what have we done? The first thing we've done is we put an air valve to offer full dry running protection. Alright? So when the pump is snoring, or when you've actually got no water, it won't burn out. What we did is the 2020 test. We took it at 20 degrees C and we ran it for 20 hours dry. Covered the ends, the discharge side. What happened? After a couple of hours, the heat inside leveled out. Absolutely no damage to the pump. What we've done is put a high efficiency motor in there. This has obviously reduced all the internal temperatures, so that aids to making sure that the pump is running more efficiently. Aluminium stator housing, we've changed from cast iron to reduce the weight. And also what we've done is the oil that was inside, from 310 mils, we've increased to 710 for better heat dissipation in the pump. Tougher than the rest. Why? Because we've got our proven DuraSpend technology. Nobody else has got that. We've got it. So we need to be pushing it. Okay? We've also got the abrasive particles that sweep away from the impeller neck, thus making sure that it runs on its curve as much as possible, as long as possible. Spin out, which obviously protects the seal from being damaged, so it runs longer. Polylife coated wear parts. Hard iron coated wear parts to make it last longer. What you don't want to do is put a pump in and then something happens because we put substandard products in. That's not what we do. We want to make sure that the pump goes in and it pumps for as long as possible. And we also have an open pedal alternative for stringy solids or shotcrete, especially when you're underground. Last pump standing. We've made sure that it's got a wide base, low center of gravity, so it's not going to topple over. We've sealed off the terminal board, okay, to protect it from further damage. Because what's come back is obviously, in a lot of applications, they get damaged, which means more downtime for you guys. That's not going to happen. Strainer with shock absorbers, obviously for less impact. The bottom of the strainer, we've also increased the groove size so that when the pump sits, it actually catches. Even if you haven't got it on a level ground, it'll still catch because the grooves inside are a lot thicker and deeper than they were before. We put on there an adjustable handle so that any type of lifting equipment that you've got, you can set it so that it will lift safely. And we've got protected cable entry up at the top. Why? Because obviously people like to pick it up by the cable, don't they? Right? And then everybody wants to blame the full pump. And then we've got the Flygt sub cable to help seal, to make sure that there's no ingress as well. Service with a smile. So when you come to service the product, you want to spend hours at it? No. So what have we got? Single impeller adjustment screw. So the guys can do it on site to make sure that we sustain efficiencies. Nobody else has that. My favorite, the plug-in seal in aluminium. It's tough. We've had it on trial for the last 9 months throughout the world. We haven't had one failure back yet. Inspection cover, quick and easy, 3 bolts. Have a look. It's not like the old one. and you've got an external oil plug that you can have a look. This is just to go through a few of what we've talked about. There's the Gyrospin, obviously with vanes, spin out, your plug-in seal, your single screw adjustment, external inspection. There's a better view of the spin out and your air valve. Those are the main features of that 2800 that's going to keep that pump running. As an accessory, we have the Flygt soft starter. Basically what this does is you put it in the top, it reduces the start current and end current. What it does is that where customers have almost maxed out their electricity consumption, you can put this on, it'll start with lower consumption and keep the pump running. It also reduces your cable size from standard star delta 7 core, you can bring it down to a 4 core. Okay? It's not always what customers want, but in some cases, where you have that ability that you are struggling for power, we can get it done. Typical performance range, very similar to the 2600 90-meter closed valve, and you've got 90 liters a second, just over 100 liters a second. It's one of the largest performance ranges in its field. There's nothing that we can't pump. This gives you an overview of the models to understand that we go from 3.2 to 18 with the MT and HT, and then obviously on the 2860 we've got the SH for those high-end applications. For those that are interested, we actually do sell the BIBO tattoos, just in case you all want to put one on. So the next thing we're going to launch is the 2600. We previously have had the 2600, but I want you to understand we've completely rebuilt this pump from the ground up as well. We've not modified the old 2600, we've completely changed everything inside. It is a new pump. And it also has the same wonderful characteristics as the 2800. It's got an air valve, so you've got dry running protection. It's got a Class H motor, so it's high efficiency, so it runs cooler. Aluminium stator housing, increased oil to make sure that the heat dissipation is a lot better. It runs cooler. You've got the Gyrospin in there, improved efficiencies, hydraulics. You've got the spin out to protect vibration. Hard iron coated wear parts, and the open pillar in terms of sealed off terminal board. Make sure the pump runs, protect it from damage. Strainer with shock absorbers again. Easy grip at the bottom. There's a better picture of it. The grooves at the bottom are a lot deeper now than they were before. To make sure that that pump sits where you place it, it sits. A Flygt sub cable, long-term sealing, and service with a smile. Single pillar adjustment, plug-in seal, and the inspection cover. So, 2 pumps, 1 wide base, 1 slim base, for every application you can think of. Okay? All the same features. Exactly the same as the 2800. All the same features that you find in the 2800 are in the 2600 now. 2 brand new pumps. Same there with the Flygt soft starter. Same accessories that you can put in. Same performance field. So what it boils down to is the actual application, what you get, and your customer's preference. So there's no need why they don't want a Flygt pump. 2 out of 3 products. Now we go on to the surface mount products. Godwin Mac Prime, we strip everything down except the quality. And that is so true. You've all seen the unit outside. It's all about quality. It's going to go through and demonstrate about the Godwin quality and reliability of the pump against the competition. The main thing about the Godwin Mac Prime range, some of the features, is that we have extended trouble-free dry running. Why? Because we have an oil bath that sits outside of the lute, in which the seals sit in, which dissipates the heat. Okay? In Godwin, that's present on all our pumps. We run them for 48 hours dry, and not one problem with it. No damage at all. So we've put that feature on this product. The feature comes with mechanical seals. Our competition don't have mechanical seals. They have gland packing. We have a smaller motor on it against our competition, which I'll go through a little bit later. The whole point of this product is it's value focused, low life cycle cost to your water transfer in a market where you've got a lot of people trying to put in some cheap and nasty products that don't last very long. Where can we use it? As Benny said, it was originally designed, the primary focus of the design was well pointing in construction because of the vacuum system that's on there. But you can use it for drainage, you can use it for ponds, any water transfer, you can use it for pumping solids, aggregates, bentonite, wells, barge ballasting, wherever you need to transfer water. What's interesting about this is that on the Godwin, this is the 4-inch, which you'll see outside. With a 3-bladed impeller, we can handle solids about 45 mil. Most of our competition have a closed impeller, so they can't pump that amount of solids. The other thing to note is that on all Godwin products, you will find they will publish their efficiencies. All right? These efficiencies are tested with a 15-foot suction, okay, to emulate site conditions. Our competition tests their pumps on flooded suction. So on some of the time, you'll find that their efficiencies are actually higher. But when you get onto site, it's a different story. Out of the 4-inch, we have our BEP around about 55%. For a 3-bladed impeller, that's actually quite efficient. On the 6-inch, we go as high as 65%. Solids handling right up to 75 mil. So this is truly a product that you can put in, whether you've got sand, whether you've got some particles in it, whatever you need to pump, it'll pump. Here we can see the VacPrime, okay, and everything in its simplistic design. Simplistic, compact design, all right? This is our typical, so that's the 6-inch. This is the CD 150. As you can see, it's a lot more robust. The reason for this is because Godwin is trying to penetrate the market globally as a rental product to be able to withstand the wear and tear of rental, because everybody abuses the rental pump, it's just not theirs. But the Godwins, over 100 years, have stood the test of time in their quality, in a rental market, in a global rental market. Here you can see where the VacPrime has been situated. Okay, this is our CD pumps. Okay, our 6-inch CD pumps. There's actually 5 in here, 5 envelopes that we can have a look at. So we've produced the VacPrime where people want to transfer water up to 280 cubed. Now that's quite a lot of water when you just want to transfer water. The reason why we've done this, okay, there's 5 envelopes in here. Our competition tried to make one envelope that will suit all of that and have one pump to suit all things, which is not always the right thing to do. It's not the best and it's not the most efficient thing to do. Quite often not. They get it wrong and the pump breaks. That's when we get called in. Godwin's all about trying to get as close to that BEP as possible. In a market where you can go from one application to the next application because it's not fixed, and still have a pump that will do that in the most efficient way. The other thing is our minimum casing thickness is 10 mil. Our competition starts at 8. With the increased pressure that we get, obviously you've got the HL range which goes a lot higher, the casing thickness goes up. And each time it goes up, we are above our competition. In this particular case, they're around about 18 mil. This is an overview of the 4-inch and the 6-inch. What you can see here is these are some of the stats that we're looking at. We run 12 and 18 kilowatt air-cooled motors on there. Our competition run anywhere from 22 to 30 odd kilowatts. So if you take our 70% engine load, we are running at 2 litres an hour consumed, and we're running at 3 litres an hour. Our competition on each is coming in at 4.8 and 3.8. So we already have a much better cost-effective option in this product to save the customer money. So, what are the main sales arguments that we need to take away from here today? We have complete dry running capability of the pump because of the oil bath. We have high efficiencies, which means that we run at lower costs. We run a smaller motor, which helps with the lower running costs. We have a mechanical seal and not track glands, so it's trouble-free. And we have over 100 years worth of Godwin experience that goes into that, and quality. That's something you just can't buy.